Harry Butterfield is here and we're going to be doing a delicious crumb fish recipe. Now, this is not your average crumb fish recipe, is it?
Absolutely not. We're using semolina flour instead of breadcrumbs.
Why semolina?
So we're actually using semolina because I discovered this by mistake on MasterChef. I didn't have breadcrumbs, I had semolina. So it's just a really coarse flour and it's a fine crumb, super crunchy, really delicious.
Love the idea of that. And what are we serving the fish with?
So we're serving the fish with a Beurre Blanc. So it's going to be like a herbed Beurre Blanc. Yeah, so we'll get into that. I might get you to chop up some shallots and some garlic.
Would love to.
Just really fine because we're not going to strain this. We're doing like a home-style Beurre Blanc today.
Yes.
So I'll talk you through what I've done here with the fish stock. So we've charred off our vegetables. So we've got onion, carrot, celery, and the fish frames. And we've taken them quite dark, like they're quite charred. Yes. That's just going to give you a beautiful smokiness through the sauce and a real depth of flavour. I
can smell it from here, and that is so interesting. I've never seen that technique being done before.
Yeah.
And just to think about crumbed fish with a smoky, buttery sauce just sounds epic. Did you win that challenge on MasterChef?
It was an elimination, so I can't really say that I won, but I didn't get eliminated, so that was a plus.
That's a win. That's a win on MasterChef.
For sure, absolutely. While you're chopping that, I'm just going to start reducing our wine and our vinegar.
You're very passionate about all types of fish dishes. Where does that come from?
I'm passionate about seafood in general just because I'm a fisherman and a spear fisherman at heart. You know, I love being in the ocean, I love being by the water, and to me there's nothing more rewarding than taking your catch from the ocean and putting it on a plate, especially if you're sharing with friends or your loved ones. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I live for.
So there's your French shallots. Do they go in or we just
Beautiful.
wait?
They can go straight in.
Okay.
Yep. So it's going to infuse the shallot flavour into that wine and the vinegar.
Yeah. Now, this is a really great sauce to master. It's one of the cornerstone sauces of French cooking, Beurre Blanc, which means white sauce. And I like that you add some cream to it too.
Yeah, so the cream's just going to give it stability.
Yes.
You know, it can be like when you see Beurre Blanc, it sounds fancy, it sounds scary, but once you cook it once, you can cook it again, and that cream's just going to stabilise the butter, make sure it doesn't split.
People pay good money for a Beurre Blanc sauce with any type of fish. So if you can master it at home, why not?
Absolutely.
In it goes.
Thank you. And now we're just going to reduce this and burn off the alcohol from the wine.
Okay.
So while that's reducing, we're going to go down to our fish.
Okay.
We'll crumb that. We've got nanagai. It's a type of snapper. It's a deep water fish. It's going to be beautiful, white, flaky fish. So first things first, we're going to season that before we flour it.
Okay.
A lot of times when you're crumbing, you know, you'll put the seasoning in the flour. But if you want a good level of seasoning on the protein, I always do it before.
Absolutely. I can do the salt for you here.
Thank you.
On that side.
We're going to do a little bit of white pepper as well.
White pepper?
Yeah. With seafood, I'm a white pepper sort of guy.
It's quite mild in flavour.
Mild,
so
yeah.
That's what we're after. Okay.
Not going to overpower that snapper. And we're going to go some flour into here.
Bit of flour.
Yep. And the other reason this crumbing recipe is a little bit different to what the viewers are probably used to, we're using buttermilk instead of eggs. Now, that's another sort of thing that happened out of necessity in the challenge where I made this dish. I didn't have eggs. And I didn't realise I didn't have eggs until one of the judges came over and informed me. So, yeah, I mixed milk with vinegar, and that's essentially how you'd make buttermilk. Or you can buy it from the shops.
Isn't it funny when you're on MasterChef and you're forced to be creative and you end up making a dish that actually works out of necessity,
For
like
sure,
you say.
Sometimes when you're under pressure like that, that's when you have your best ideas. So, yeah, I'm really grateful for the whole experience because it sort of forces you to think on your feet.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, we're just going to dump that into the buttermilk then.
Okay.
Get a nice coating.
And I'm being quite delicate with the fish because I don't want to be grabbing it because it is so soft.
All right, into the semolina, we want to cover every part of the fish and then we'll do the second one.
Okay.
All right, we've crumbed our fish. This is reducing nicely. So I'm going to add a little bit of cream into here.
Okay.
And we're going to reduce that again.
So just some thickened cream.
Yep, just some thickened cream. That's probably a tablespoon and a half.
I think the traditional way of doing Beurre Blanc is no cream, but I've never done it without it because it just stabilises it so much, doesn't it?
Definitely, yeah. Without the cream, it's very easy for it to split. This is just going to add to the silkiness. You also don't have to use as much butter in the sauce. You know, if you're doing it the traditional way, we could easily go through that whole block of butter. So,
which I'm totally happy with butter because I love my butter.
Yeah, for sure. I'll get you to cube up some butter for our Beurre Blanc.
Yep. And it's got to be cold butter with Beurre Blanc, doesn't it?
Definitely, yeah. Cold butter, not too much heat as well. So we've got this nice and low now. It's just sort of bubbling away, still getting nice and thick. We'll start off with 2 cubes.
There you go.
And what we're going to do is just whisk these in a couple at a time. And it's important to keep whisking at this stage.
Yeah.
What you want to avoid is like pools of butter in there.
Yeah.
We want to be emulsifying it into the sauce gradually. Otherwise, the sauce will split and you're going to end up with a creamy, buttery mess.
And that's the key, emulsifying. And you can't get that with really melted butter. You need it to be nice and cold. Slowly, add a little bit more.
All right, so we're going to keep whisking in this butter until the sauce starts to thicken and gets nice and glossy. Justine, do you want to take over there? If you can pass me a bit of butter. This is my nan's way of frying up fish, and the oil just helps the butter from not burning.
Nans are always wise, and I think your nan in particular is wise.
She knows how to fry up some fish, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So starting to foam up there. A little bit of golden brown on this is nice because that's just going to add to that semolina crumb. Now we're just going to put one piece in at a time. Once again, I'm lowering it away from us so we don't get any oil splashes.
Yum, this is going to be delicious. And we've taken the skin off, it's been pin bone, and because it's fish and it's going in that hot butter and oil, it won't take long at all to cook, will it?
No. This is quite a thin fillet of fish, so it'll take, maybe 3 minutes on either side. By the time the crumb turns golden brown, again, it's probably done.
All right, well, I'm going to keep an eye on the sauce, you'll keep an eye on the fish, and then we'll bring it all together.
Absolutely.
This fish looks incredible. So crunchy.
Yeah.
So crunchy.
Yeah. No, the fish is golden brown, super crunchy. It's looking beautiful. Our sauce is pretty much done here too. It's thickened up nicely. It's a little bit looser than what you'd typically find in a Beurre Blanc because of the stock.
Yep.
But what you don't have in thickness, you've got in depth of flavour.
Absolutely.
So I'm just going to taste that and we'll season it up. A little bit of salt. Yeah, I reckon just solid pinch. Yeah, that's beautiful. And then a little bit of white pepper.
Okay.
And now, Justine, I'll get you to chop up some chives because we're going to fold some chives through our sauce here.
Okay.
All right, so to plate this one up, I'm just going to take a piece of our beautiful snapper here on the plate. Can I grab a few of those chives?
All yours.
Thank you. Go that, plus actually just everything
for it,
we've got there. Sorry, I'm pillaging the chive stock.
I'm not chopping fast enough with
No, not at all, you're doing a great job. All right, so our sauce is finished here. The green looks amazing. We're just going to pour that over our fish on the plate. I don't like to cover up all of the fish because you've gone to such an effort of getting these beautiful golden brown crumbs. You don't want to hide that. You want your guests to see that. We'll finish that with just a little bit of sea salt and some chives.
Bit of salt on that fish.
And then, like anyone who's been to a good fish and chip joint, a little bit of vinegar goes a long way. So we're just going to flick some white wine vinegar just over our fish there so it'll stay crunchy. But you get that real, sharp, beautiful vinegariness with the crumb.
That's such a great idea, the little vinegar tip. Really good. And it smells just divine.
All right, Justine, I can't wait for you to try this while it's still crunchy. Get in there.
And of course, you've got to try too.
Yeah, oh look, it's your kitchen. Here you go.
It's certainly still crunchy. And this sauce.
Nice.
It's incredible. The fish is so crunchy because of that semolina crust. I can't go back now.
Yeah.
Semolina works really well. And it's just held its shape. It's staying on nicely. Then there's something that happens when it's mixed with the sauce.
It's kind of like halfway between crumbing and battering. So it sort of like soaks up the sauce but stays crunchy.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you have just absolutely nailed this. Harry, you've done it again.
Thank you.
So good.